Hello, welcome to Democracy. I played this a few times before, I quite like it. Not sure how well it'll translate to streaming, but I just fancied playing it for a bit. So yeah, we'll see how well it goes. We shall start a new game. You get a choice of 6 countries. I'll probably pick the UK, but we'll check through them all. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, commonly known as the UK or Britain, is one of 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council and a founding member of NATO and the Commonwealth. The UK is also an active member of the EU. This game is out of date. There is a Democracy 4 out, but it's expensive, so I haven't bought it. So the UK is not an active member of the EU, although it chose to retain its sovereign currency rather than join the euro. The UK is a constitutional monarchy, where the monarch's power is effectively ceremonial. The parliamentary system is used to elect the House of Commons under constituency-based first-past-the-post system. So I'm assuming it was about 2015 when this game was made. I think that's about right, 2015, 2014. So the population then was 63 million. I think we're about 66 now. I can't remember. To size, life expectancy, 80 years. Inequality, 41, don't know what that means. GDP per capita, not sure why it's in dollars. I wonder if I can change that in this settings. Options. No. Okay, fine. Morning, Becca. How are you doing? Apparently, the average tea consumption is 2.3 kilograms per person. I'm well under that. The obesity rate is 23%, and a Big Mac costs $3.32. Let's have a look at France. France is a semi-presidential republic and the largest country in Western Europe. Its claims to fame include being the most visited country in the world and the provider of the best overall healthcare, according to the World Health Organization. It also has the world's 5th largest military budget and the world's 3rd largest stockpile of nuclear weapons. Did not know that. Oh, good. Can't lose a bin. Luckily out, it's tucked away. Not too bad. We've had, like, when I went out this morning, there was some snow on my car. It was clear skies though. Then, just as I got in, it started absolutely pissing down, and it stopped again. So yeah, it's going to be a mixed fate. Oh no! You'll have to give it yours. France is one of the founding members of the UN, has a permanent seat on the Security Council, and is a member of the G8, NATO, OECD, and the WTO. WTO's World Trade Organization. OECD. Don't know what that means. They have a slightly longer life expectancy by a year. Majority are Roman Catholic. Morning, Mike. How are you doing? All right. Obesity rate 9.4%, number 23 in the world. They are 84% happy. Apparently, they consume 50 million croissants a week, and cannabis use is 4.7%. Thank you very much, Becca. Google's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Have a nosy at Germany. Germany is the most populous member state of the EU. As well as a founder member of the EU, it is also a member of the United Nations, NATO, G8, OECD, and the Council of Europe. German economy is the 4th largest economy in the world, 2nd largest exporter, and 3rd largest importer of goods. Germany is also the biggest net contributor to the EU budget. Head of state is the president, but the chancellor is the head of government and exercises executive power. What's that fun thing? Beer consumption, 119 litres per person per year. Sausage consumption, £60 per person per year. It's a lot of sausages. See the US. Sorry, just... There we go. The United States. Oh, poor Becca. Have you tried alcohol to get into sleep? Would that help? Would it help to get you to sleep and just ignore him? The United States of America is a federal republic consisting of 50 states. It wasn't sarcasm, it was a genuine idea. The USA is the third largest country by land area and population. It's also the world's largest national economy, with an estimated 19% of the total GDP. Oh, that's okay then. Drugs are good. When measured by purchasing power parity. No idea what that means. The country accounts for 39% of global military spending, despite containing only 4.46% of the global population. Morning, Robin. How are you doing? You alright? Welcome to democracy. The US President acts as both head of state and head of government, as well as commander-in-chief of the US Armed Forces. Obesity rate 30.6%. America is obese. Their Big Mac apparently costs more than the British Big Mac. And they consume 57.4 pounds of beef per person. Let's see, Canada. Canada became a self-governing dominion in 1867 while retaining ties to the British Crown. The government is a parliamentary democracy and constitutional monarchy with Queen Elizabeth II as head of state. The country is officially bilingual and multicultural. The economy is one of the largest in the world, relying primarily on its rich natural resources. Canada is a member of G8, NATO and Commonwealth nations, and the UN. Moose population is estimated at 750,000. That's not a lot. Morning, Nikki. I am good. I should probably do some shopping. I popped out this morning to drop some stuff off at the Scout headquarters, because I've got a load of plastic boxes for archive stuff. And then I've got some stuff to do this afternoon. But yeah, fine here. Hey. How are you doing, Nikki? You alright? Maple syrup consumption, 0.26 kilograms per person. Not as much as I thought. And let's have a look at Australia. Australia is the world's 6th largest country by total area and the world's 12th largest economy. A relatively wealthy country, it has the world's 5th highest per capita income. Australia is a member of the G20, OECD, Commonwealth and the UN. Head of State Queen Elizabeth II, but government is controlled by the Prime Minister. The Australian economy is characterised by low debt, continuing economic growth and low unemployment. Well, that's true. Are you doing some stuff to get prepared for this evening? Apparently, Australians consume 22 million jars of Vegemite every year. But read all the countries. We're going to pick the UK to be our country of choice, because we know that a bit better. So, I need to come up with... Can I just type it in? I can. What should the name of our political party be? Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Understand them. Yeah. Someone give me a name of idiot party. That'll do. There we go. And the opposition party. Should we just do the Conservatives? We'll make them the baddies. It is. Right. So, term length, 5 years is the limit. There's no limit on how many terms we can have. Difficulty, well, keep it as it is. It's all fine. I'm going to pop hurricanes in because of the bad weather. Yeah, we'll start with that. I used to really like the Marmite crisps that they did, that Walkers did. Not a huge fan of Marmite itself, but the crisps were nice. Click to return to government. So, welcome to Democracy 3. You've just started your first term as Prime Minister, and as your Chief of Staff, I'm here to explain how things work. The icons below show you a few key indicators of the state of our country. Hopefully, you can change things for the better, get re-elected after your term is up. Press the button in the window below here. Is it? Really? Welcome to your new job as Prime Minister. The lives of all 63 million citizens are now in your hands. As you will imagine, there are a number of situations and concerns that you will need to deal with, and as soon as possible, while keeping an eye on the long-term improvement of our citizens' quality of life. Plus, do not forget that you face re-election in 5 years, so you will need to monitor the opinion polls and our party membership. Good luck. Come on, we can do this. This is the main screen. From here you can survey the current state of our country. It may look complex, but all the different components work in very similar ways. The icons represent different objects in the economy or society, including policies, laws, voter groups, and values for important concepts such as health and education levels. These stripes in the middle represent groups of voters, with the coloured progress bars indicating how happy they are with your government. The light grey area behind the text shows the percentage of our electorate. I didn't realise that before. That is in each of these groups. One of the key concepts of Democracy 3 is to understand that individual voters can be members of many different voter groups at once, and the extent to which they identify with those groups is in itself variable. You'll never get all of these voter groups to entirely approve of you. Makes sense? So looking at the list, there's quite a few socialists, which is good. Not many capitalists, quite a few motorists, some trade unionists. So we kept the socialists on side. There's quite a few environmentalists. That's a bit annoying. But yeah, we can work with that. Policies. Yeah, apparently so. Yeah. I mean, it's probably not something I'll go for either. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It all depends on which button I like to press. White icons are policies. You start the game with some already implemented, but most can be cancelled and many more can be added. They can also be adjusted. Policies are the primary method used to govern the country. Get that? Blue icons represent statistical data relevant to your country. They concern abstract concepts such as GDP, crime, or the education level of your citizens. You can affect statistical data only indirectly through policy decisions. Like the other icons, you will find them in different zones on the screen, depending on which part of the economy society they represent. That makes sense. Situations. Icons with a red or green background are situations. These are ongoing events taking place in your country, which may be going well, green, or badly, red. You can encourage good situations and prevent or fix bad ones by your policy choices. Connections. Policies, data, and situations are interconnected through effects. Having your mouse over any one of them will show how influence flows between them, with green being a positive effect and red being negative. Yeah, everything is very red right now. So if I hover over, retired, so street gangs and violent crime are negatively affecting the retired. That's good to know. Health service, taxes, pensions. Right, okay, that makes sense. So what about capitalists? Ooh, lots of negative there. The capitalists aren't happy. State employees. Could do with probably more science funding. But yeah, so that means those policies are keeping state employees employed. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what affects the poor. Yeah, that makes sense. Alcohol tax affects the poor, does it? Fair enough. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, I just did that. Click the voter strip. Right. This window shows detailed information on the specific group of voters. Each group of voters have their own opinion and priorities, and every event or policy will affect each group in different ways. The chart shows the opinion of these voters over time, as well as how they feel about specific policies and events. Right. These are a list of inputs to this voter. Green effects are good and positive, red effects are bad and negative. Okay, so income tax, they don't like that a lot. Inheritance tax, property tax, homelessness, fine. Income tax, here you can see the detail screen. You can do this for almost any effect between two items. Income tax is a policy, and this sheet shows you what effects it's having. Slider is used to control the specific policy. You can use it to adjust income tax up or down, which will change the effects it has on all linked items, such as voter groups, situations, and statistical data. I didn't realise there was this much reading. Well, I should have done. You probably noticed that the effects show two different values as you move the slider. The current darker effect and the effect the slider at its new position. The values will move from where they are to the new position over time based on the inertia time at the far right of each effect. If that value is 0, the effect will be at the new level by the start of the next turn. Okay. Hi Targlass, welcome to Boring. Let's leave things as they are for now. Hit the revert changes button. Yeah, perfect. It is boring, isn't it? Shall I do it? Time to check out some of the situations. Okay, let's go for... Yes, I'll just read it. Okay. Blue to oil. Political capital. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's wing it, shall we? Let's wing it. So, let's have a look at the top bar. Our current income is 255 billion. Current expenditure is 290 billion. So we've got a deficit of 35. We are in debt by 834 billion. So it's probably a good idea to try and clear off some of that debt. So we shall do that. What's that? Capital gains tax. Who does that negatively affect? Tax the rich. So capital gains tax is levied on non-salary income, such as stock market profits and shared dividends. That sounds like something we could probably do. Let's have a look. So I move up to... Right, so it's currently 5 billion. Let's move up to 20% capital gains tax. That sound good? Yeah, 21%. Apply changes. There we go. So that's a bit more money in the next few turns. What's that? Oh, I don't know. If he tries hard enough. What else? What should I tax? Probably shouldn't tax alcohol. Oh, on this day. I've already done a shit ton of reading. Oh, bloody hell, Becca. Go and grab him. What are we on? The 18th. Right. Okay then. It probably is, yeah. Oh, fair enough, yeah. As long as it's not yours. 18th of February. It is never easy being the ambitious younger brother of a king, and today, in 1478, one royal duke was sentenced to an infamous death after one betrayal too many. The false, fleeting, perjured Clarence was condemned by his brother King Edward IV for his persistent involvement in several major conspiracies. Clarence was taken to the Tower of London and executed in the Bowyer Tower. Legend has it that he was permitted to choose his method of execution, allowing him to select the unconventional method of drowning, not in water, but in a barrel of his personal favourite drink, Malmsey wine. He drowned in wine. George, Duke of Clarence, wavered during the Wars of the Roses. Initially he supported his brother and the House of York, but over time became resentful of the power Edward had as king, and found himself deeply involved in a plot to overthrow him. A plan initiated by his father-in-law, Richard Neville, Earl of Warwick. After its failure, Clarence returned to court and was pardoned. Before long, he began to scheme again and became connected to yet another conspiracy. He was eventually arrested for high treason in January 1478, and a bill of attainder was passed that declared he was guilty of unnatural low treasons, and the death sentence was passed. The story of execution has never been proven, but it has endured, prompting Shakespeare's interpretation and subsequent infamy. There is little evidence to support this version of Clarence's bizarre death. However, a portrait of George's daughter, Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury, shows her wearing a bracelet featuring a wine barrel charm, which lends some credibility to the tale. Speculation has since been aided by the later exhumation of what we believe to be his remains. The male corpse was found to be fully intact when ordinarily an executed royal would be headless, with beheading being the swiftest and most genteel method of execution, one reserved for high-status victims. It seems Clarence did meet an unusual end. Yeah, if you got a choice, then go out drunk. That sounds alright. Okay. I think how much... Ooh. No, I couldn't leave that. What policies could I do again? We can do policies, which might give us more money. Import tariffs. Cheap imports can be damaging to the economy because local companies cannot match the lower salaries paid by foreign competitors. Import tariffs help to protect local manufacturers from unfair competition. This does go against real free market economics. Hi Ilu, how are you doing? Yeah. I think let's do some tax policies. Luxury goods tax. Let's do a luxury goods tax so we can get some money in. No, we won't. We shall do a plastic bag tax, which I know will be slightly unpopular. Yeah. It is, yeah. A luxury good gets me a lot more money. Go on luxury goods. At 46. Yeah, right, well, luxury goods tax is 46%. So we'll get 18 billion a quarter. That sounds alright. Is there any more policies I can do for 4? Welfare. Rent controls. Costs. Let's do some rent controls. An alternative to state housing is a system where the state will regulate the private rental market. So let's protect the poor people, because it only costs 55 million quid. So yeah, I mean the capitalists are going to hate it, but tough. And there we go. So I've spent all my political capital. So we'll see how well it goes. If I immediately get fired. Hey. We immediately unlocked an achievement saying we're oil dependent. Seems quite loud. Which I'm not sure how. There we go. Stop and search. An urgent policy question. Yeah. I suppose it's just because of our country. So everyone gets that start. International credit agencies rate our government as BBB. It's a bad sign. It's pushing up the rate of interest. I've got a loyal cabinet, and their effectiveness is considered to be passable. What it would be such a lovely thing to have a passable cabinet these days, wouldn't it? My approval rating is disappointing. If we believe the polls, I would get 13% of the vote. Let's see this. I know, I'll get through it. Stop and search. There are demands from the police for the power to stop and search people on the street if they believe that individual may be guilty of a crime. Currently, our police cannot search someone without formally arresting them. So, introduce powers. This will be a valuable weapon in the fight against crime and should have a notable impact on violent and street crime especially. If our citizens have nothing to hide, then they have nothing to fear from this law. Or leave it unchanged. It's a very dangerous move. It's wide open to abuse on racial grounds and will further distance the police from the community. Our citizens should be free to go about their lawful business without interference from the authorities. I think we shall not introduce stop and search laws. But I may increase police funding. Where is police funding? Community policing. Where is the normal police? Is that the police? Police force. Yeah. Okay. So let's put it up to 10 billion. No, 9 billion. There we go. They get 9 billion in money. Socialists are going up. Motorists are going down, apparently, because of petrol tax. Let's have a look at some more policy ideas. Public services. Free school meals. That sounds like a good thing to give people. Yeah, poor. It increases health. It's good for socialists. It reduces poverty. Parents like it. Yeah, we do that. Let's go transport. I don't want to give out any subsidies right now. Is there anything that will bring me money in? Bike subsidies, no. Economy. So we can do some small business grants. Or smart meters. Tell you what I'll do. Let's give everyone a bank holiday. There we go. I'm not sure what the minimum and maximum is, but sure, have a maximum bank holiday. You're welcome. And welfare. Economy. Let's do a National Business Council. Just to get some more, to increase businesses giving me support. So you got 500 million, that'll do. What else? Public services. Oh, not a youth politics council. Fuck off. I hate those kids. Yep. Let's introduce a Keep the Country Tidy campaign, because the countryside should be tidy. Take your little home, people. You're a bunch of dicks. In fact, I'm going to spend $500 million on that. Any more policies? Public services. Free parenting classes. Social justice. National Armed Forces Week. Sure. People like that. You can have a little week. And I think that's it done. So, what's happened? So, poverty has gone down, which is good, I think. We are now 28% on the polls, which is good. Security briefing. The Human Rights Society says it's actively encouraged its members to oppose the government. The Human Rights Society, they're going to be my enemy. Debt protection law. Debt collection agencies have been in the news because of the aggressive methods they are using to extract payment from people who owe large sums of money. These debt collection agencies provide credit to people whom larger, more respectable companies will not lend money. A law is proposed to limit the ways in such agencies can operate. So I can either limit agency activity. These agencies are preying on the weakest and poorest in our society, often tricking them into borrowing money at exorbitant rates that can never be repaid. This is little more than extortion, and the government should act at once to limit severely the activities of such unscrupulous companies. Or, nobody forces people to borrow money they can't repay, and restrict the rights of debt agencies to recover legitimate debts would be counterproductive. People need to learn to live with their means and not expect the state to bail them out of trouble if they cannot learn to do so. Nope. I'm going to limit the agency activity to make it more regulated. Is what I'm planning about. So I should probably do something about crime, because crime is quite high. Law and order. I can legalise prostitution. Wiretapping, but people don't like that. Prisoner tagging. Morning, Oggy. How you doing? Private prisons. Tasers. Police drones. Organised crime agency. How are you doing today? You right? Flags in every corner. No. Anti-smoking regulations. Needle exchange. Witness protection. People hate crime, but hate doing anything about crime, it seems. Yes, I'm sure. It'll be great fun watching Nikki die again and again. To dragons. Right, so let's do a needle exchange program. There's hopefully a way to reduce increase health benefits. Oh, it costs 14? Yeah, okay then. No, I've already said I'm doing it. Apply changes, it's fine. So doing that. Diplomatic service. Yeah, let's have a diplomatic service. So if I legalise prostitution, let's have a look. I don't get anything. So Conservatives claim that the legalisation of prostitution would mark a severe decline in family values. Others claim that as prostitution is unlikely to disappear, even if illegal, it's better for society and prostitutes that the practice is regulated and monitored rather than criminalised. So it doesn't get me any money, but it's a voter popularity thing. And at the moment, I'm not in a strong enough position to go for it. So it might have to wait a little. Public libraries. Sure, let's give money to the libraries. 2 billion? Ooh, that's a lot. That's fine. So I've reduced the deficit slightly, but we need to improve it some more. Oh no. Media backlash. One of our country's most popular newspapers has launched a major campaign criticising my policies so far. It'll be the private eye, won't it, bastards? This is bound to have a negative effect on your approval rating, so everyone hates me. 0.22%. Great. Now our credit rating is being downgraded. That's not good. And we've lost a percentage. Yeah. This is bad. Crime went down. Okay. Right. There we go. A language course. Free courses for immigrants will help reduce racial tension. That could be quite good. I like that idea. It's because they criticised me. It wasn't my fault. I'm trying to do good things. They just picked on me. Right. Let's have free courses for free language courses. I know. Well, it's because in games I can be good. So that's why I do it. I need to get some money in. That's probably a good point. Right, we're going to put in a plastic bag tax. That should get us 32 million. 300 million, sorry. That'll do. I mean, the capitalists hate me, but that's fine. Okay. The poor like me, the socialists like me, conservatives like me a little. Environmentalists, they might like me a bit more. Okay. Right, so we're at 27%. Go away. Let's move forward a day. Curb banking bonuses. There have been calls in the media for government to do something about the big bonus payments paid to company CEOs despite falling profits. In cases where companies have failed to make a profit, the government has been asked to force companies to withhold bonus payments from top executives. I can kind of imagine which way this is going to go in the chat. Restrict bonuses. For too long, the bonus culture among CEOs has been left to run out of control. Bonuses are supposed to be a reward for business success, but top bank executives are taking unearned bonuses whilst cutting staff numbers. We need a law that prevents companies from paying a bonus in years where they fail to turn a profit. Or do nothing. It's easy to be critical of people earning large salaries and bonuses, but the fact is we live in a globalised world, and top bonuses are needed to attract top talent. This is unnecessary interference by government in the corporate pay structure and will hurt our competitiveness. Yeah, it's restricting bonuses, absolutely. We're at 33% in the polls, which is good. I need to improve my GDP somehow. So, good to per. There it is. Right. Ooh. There we go. We tax them. It's fine. Let's do this. Uncompetitive economy. How do I change that? Sorry, calm yourselves. I did something bad for them. It's fine. They won't get the bonuses. Graduate tax. Would you like a mansion tax as well? Would that settle you down? A special high rate of tax charged annually on the ownership of super expensive homes. This tax is popular with some because it is almost impossible to avoid, as homes cannot be easily hidden. It is perceived by some unfair by some elderly people who may have expensive homes but relatively low incomes, and thus have difficulty in paying the annual tax. It is a form of wealth tax as opposed to income tax. Right, we'll do this then. Bloody hell. I'm full of hippies. Right, so if I do medium, let's get... Oh, no. 12 billion a quarter. That'll do. See, unfortunately, the only way to get money in is by taxing... is by taxing the rich, which means you don't get the capitalist support, which means it's difficult to get more money in. So yeah, it's a bit problematic like that. Credit rating downgraded again. We're only B. That's shit. Because the economy's in a recession. But we are at 43% on the polls. That's good. Okay. Right. So our current deficit is 31 billion. I either need to cut expenditure. Right. So that the health service cost me the most money, followed by pensions. Apparently, the efficiency with which government's money is spent is 99%, which is astounding. So, I think I do need to cut some funding. Oh, okay then, I can't cut funding because it costs me too much political capital. Yeah, never mind. Okay then, ignore that. Let's do some more tax economy policies. Yeah. Like normally you could just do it and no one cares, but no, it will be bad to do it, so I can't do it. Maternity leave. That doesn't cost me anything. Yeah. Oh. Right. Everyone is getting full maternity pay and paternity leave. There we go. How'd you like that, the people? Disability benefit. Expensive. Even people without babies. You can say you get a baby, and then you can go off. Oh, come on. I need something either that doesn't cost anything. Really? Ooh, that sucks. Something that gets me money. Public services, or either doesn't cost me anything. No. Expensive. Transport. Jesus. Well, not really, because I can't decide what costs too much money to make it worthwhile. Fine. At the moment, I'm trying to get my popularity up, and then we'll start sorting out the economy. Is that right? Oh, sure. I'd like to see you lot just tip up into the cabinet briefing room. Sure, that'll do. And next day. Priceless art theft. A gang of expert thieves. That noise is annoying. B. I need to improve my GDP. How do I improve my GDP? Let's have a look at just general economy stuff. I suppose I need to spend more money to make money. No, I'm not doing tax breaks. Consumer rights, great, fine. That doesn't cost much. That's true, yeah. Fine. Then thank you very much, Targlass. Wanker. Right, I'm going to set up a welfare fraud department. Alright. Which is basically just going to be apparently TV ads. Apparently the only way I can make this work financially is if I have undercover investigators. Really? Because otherwise there's no point doing it. Which seems a bit dickish. Sorry. Right. Got 5 left. Carpooling, no, don't like that. Economy. Let's do a business startup campaign. That might be quite good. People can start up businesses and then pay me taxes. That sounds right. Let's have a look at the security briefing. This is your intelligence briefing room. Apparently, the Human Rights Society are my biggest threat. They have a membership of 2 million, which is great. Good for them, support of human rights, but they are directly opposing me. The Wildlife Trust is another group. Is my idiot party on here? It's not. Yeah. So these, the ones with the guns next to them, are the ones who may possibly try and kill me. Because I do have assassinations turned on. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Hey! Egalitarian miracle. We may not all look alike or sound alike, but under your leadership, we now all feel equal with our fellow man, woman, other. And isn't that the most important thing? There we go. We're all equal. We have Spencer Percival in the mid 1800s. We've had one. It was only him, and I can't remember why it was. It was just this guy who walked up to him in the lobby of the House of Commons and shot him because they didn't give him money after his business failed, I think. So yeah. Shit, our credit rating has been downgraded again. I am definitely more equal. Step too far. Let's not have any assassinations. We don't want to become Americans, do we? I know. Human Rights Society has been criticising government policy on the radio. Bastards. Right, I need to sort out our credit rating. Our tax system is encouraging the best and brightest entrepreneurs to leave the country altogether and make money elsewhere. So we're losing out both on their knowledge and skills and also the potential tax revenue. Okay, so I'm overtaxing the wealthy. Great. I need to issue some grants, maybe. Some city farms. Antibiotics ban. All right, yeah, in farming. Why do the people not want us to have robotics? What is wrong with them? Technology grant. Fine. Have that. And then economy. Let's have some. Yeah. Well, oh, yes. I just think it would be easier if we were all controlled by robots. Let's do some solar panel and wind turbine grants as well. There we go. Everyone likes that, apart from the nasty CO2 emissions. There we go. Vigilante mobs. Situation is now at an end. There are no longer vigilante mobs on the streets, and the people are trusting the authorities to enforce law and order again. Good. I need to appoint a UN ambassador. Our ambassador to the UN retires this year, and we need to name a successor as soon as possible. Much will be made whether we appoint a hardliner who sticks up for the country or someone more able to compromise. So I can either appoint Anita Adams, who is well-known as a patriot who will fight tooth and claw to get our interest represented at the UN. Seen as a popular choice amongst patriotic and more conservative citizens, she is historically against foreign aid and a supporter of import tariffs. She is not popular internationally. Or Harold Alexander, who is a popular figure on the international stage with a reputation for solving difficult problems through compromise and understanding. A true internationalist, he is popular with the liberals and socialists in our society, as well as foreign leaders. I think it's got to be Harold, doesn't it? So we can set a good example on the international stage. So we'll do. We're currently at 56% of the vote, which is good. I need more. Increase GDP. How do I increase GDP again? Where's it gone? There it is. So good stuff. International trade, bus usage, private schools, unemployment. Probably we're technological backwater. That's not good. Okay. So I think we'll try and get some more technology grants. Smart meter program. Will that help? Let's do smart meters for everyone. Oh, 600 million. It's bloody expensive. Oh, we've got a massive deficit again now. I don't just want to tax things. Enterprise investment scheme. Give tax breaks to wealthy individuals to invest their money in small startups. No. Public tax returns. Unfortunately, some wealthy people in our society try to avoid taxes with illegal tax evasion methods. By making tax returns public, people can now check if someone is using loopholes or abusing the tax system. This full disclosure will encourage support of the system, as well as reducing tax evasion and forcing everyone to be able to justify their income. Punitive tax on superstores, but that'll probably reduce my GDP. I'm going to do public tax returns. I don't care. That'll do. Some details. There we go. So it's not completely foolproof, but it's better than nothing. Message from Minister Tommy Morgan. One of your cabinet ministers needs to talk to you urgently in private. Working as your foreign affairs minister is currently displeased with government policy, which is unpopular with their core supporters, religious people and capitalists. As a result, there is a danger of the minister wanting to spend more time with their family in the near future. Ministerial resignations hurt the popularity of your government, so it may be worth adjusting your policies to placate their supporters. Right, I think 60% of the election. I think I might cheat a little. Well, not cheat, but where's the religious? Is there anything that kind of affects the religious people? Well, they're generally all right. I'm not pro-science. Okay then. I don't really want to faff around with them. Capitalists. Capitalists have a lot of negative things. Right, okay then. Let's do economy. Some small business grants. They might like that. Yeah. That should be good for GDP. It is good for GDP. Socialists and trade unionists don't like it, but I'm not fussed. They like me enough so far. 3 billion a quarter. That's bloody expensive. Don't really want electric cars initiative. That's very expensive. The introduction of standardized nationwide recharging stations. Electric cars lead to increased sales of such vehicles. Encouraging no, not really fancying that. Free eye tests, youth club subsidies, school vouchers, youth politics, no. Everything costs so much money. Why do people want so much? Fine, have a youth politics council then. I don't care. The youth can't vote for me, so there's no point. But whatever, I'll do it anyway. Oh, I'm now like 1,000 billion in debt. I need to get it down. But I can't. This is frustrating. A capitalist plot. Our intelligence network has identified a potentially serious plot by a number of wealthy industrialists to force the overthrow of the government. The plot seems to be in the early stages and we are not in a position to make arrests yet, but it's clear that some capitalists consider it desirable to engineer a replacement for the current government. I should be cautious. Oh yeah, whatever, Becca. We are now an egalitarian society, which is nice. Understandings of different backgrounds better and better these days due to cultural exchanges and education. People are now treating each other equally, blurring and even erasing the lines between different races, genders, and belief. Yes, I know you're right, it's just annoying. Because the kids who do that things sound annoying. Living in such a society makes people very happy and less likely to cause harm to others. Excellent. Bailout company. Oh, hang on, what's this? Oh, no. So, if an election was held tomorrow, we suspect we would get 71% of the vote, which is good. I'm in the middle of our term, and the current size of the idiot party is 2 million. I have 2 million idiots. The opposition party has more members, so we'll have to sort that. Bailout a company. Interspeed Autos Inc., one of the largest car companies in the country, has run into serious financial difficulties and is on the verge of going under. The company executives think they can get new orders in and keep the company going if the government will provide an interest-free loan to keep them running for the next few months. The final cost is estimated at 600 million. So I can either help the company. This company employs thousands of people, and there are a lot of other companies that manufacture components for them who will also be affected if the company goes under. Just think of the effect it will have on the local economy if we let this company close down. Or do nothing. This is called the free market. The company is going under because it is not profitable. If it was sensible to lend them money, the private sector would be doing so. This is just throwing good money after bad. There'll be short-term unemployment, but you can't fight the free market. I think I'm going to help the company out. Okay. Our intelligence experts have intercepted communications which suggest that the pro-capitalist corporate funding terror group known as the Battenberg Group may be considering action against our government. Okay. Right. I think it's been a long time since I've had Battenberg. It does, yeah. It's a shame you can't go further into details. It's just either a fund them or don't fund them. If you could put like riders on it, so you had to do an inquiry and figure out all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like nationalising the company. But yeah, I don't know what changes 4 has. But I'd say it's full price at 25 quid, and I'm not paying that for pretty much any game. Oh, should I get a space program? I think we'll go for a space program. I mean, we absolutely don't need it, and it costs so much money. But sure, I am definitely going for a really expensive thing. Space station. I'm going to get us a fucking space station. It costs 18 billion a quarter. Perfect. It's quite good. It is patriotic, apparently, to have our own space program. It reduces unemployment, increases technology. The religious people don't like it, which is problematic. Increases electricity consumption, yeah, and it reduces the fact that we're a technological backwater. So sure, let's go to space. Oh, use up all my capital. Failed assassination attempt. Someone tried to kill me. Secret Service agents today saved you from a highly organised attempt to assassinate me. A lone sniper with a high-tech rifle was arrested just 200 feet from where I was planning on meeting some teachers at a school opening. The assassin has confirmed intelligence service suspicions that he was hired by a top-secret group of hyper-rich industrialists known as the Battenberg Group. It seems there are a number of extremist capitalists who want you dead and your government out of office. Be careful. What a fucker. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you wasted your money there, didn't you, Becca? And the credit rating got downgraded again. Jesus, we're now just a double C. Bloody cakes. Yeah, so polls 74%, which is good. Our security services are concerned that there are extremist elements within ethnic minorities that are calling themselves the Black Power Group, which may become a serious threat to law and order. Fair enough. We shall keep an eye on everyone. Cake was a lie. Bastards. Right. Ooh. Okay, well... you... to have a good replacement. Some of these farms are parents. Oh. Okay, right, so hang on. And I'm going to pick a new foreign affairs minister. So let's see. Desired jobs, foreign affairs, foreign policy. Farmers and environmentalists. Sure, let's have Connie Price in there. Perfect. A chancellor. I think we could maybe do. Let's see who wants to be a. Yeah, who wants to be a tax guy? You don't have much experience, do you, Gertrude? Tax experience. You've got a bit more. Ethnic minorities, conservatives. Conservatives and farmers. No, hang on. Let's go for Troy. Let's go for Troy. Where are you, Troy? There you are. Let's hire Troy. There we go. And let's just skip a turn so I get more stuff. Capitalist plot. Ugh, thank you. That's from Minister. Working transport. Is tired of serving your government and may wish to leave. May persuade them to stay by taking steps to increase support for retired people and trade unionists. Bastard. Yeah, okay then. You were right, Robin. I funded I built out the plant, and then they shut it down anyway because people weren't using cars because I'd had various grants stopping people use cars, which is annoying. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain. It's wait, it's kind of the long way around to it's not a lot of money. Welfare. Economy. Oh, I can go to Mars. Should we go to Mars? That's quite good. Interest rate. Not doing that. Strict money supply. No. Trade council. City farms. What should the trade council cost? Let's get this. No one cares about it because no one knows about it. Let's have a trade council. What else? Fine, let's have the young entrepreneur scheme. And that'll do. Public services. Climate change. What? How expensive is climate change? There's no way I can afford to pay 56 billion a year. A quarter, that is. Fuck that. We're all going to die and I don't care. Law and order. Biofuels. I don't really want subsidies. Anti-gravity research grants. That sounds amazing. Let's get some subsidized. No. That's cheap. Let's get some biofuel subsidies. That'll do. Reduces oil demand. Better for environmentalists, farmers, motorists. That sounds good. Let's get some city farms as well. Why not? So now we're at a deficit of 83 billion a year, which isn't ideal. I might put in a junk food tax, but you don't really get that much money back. Do you get much money from a recreational drugs tax? Enterprise investment. Fine. Let's do that at the bare minimum. Increases GDP. Fine. It's not going amazingly well. Yes, capitalists don't like me. Credit rating is downgraded to a C. That sucks. 73% of the vote. We've got 7 million people in the idiot party. Oof, bloody hell. That must be horrific to see. Okay. Not quite sure. If I get rid of... How's the GDP doing? Still lots of bad. Traffic congestion. Capital gains tax. How's unemployment doing? Yeah, I'd be quite scared of that. BBC. How much does BBC cost? It's good that the BBC gives you a Patriot boost, which is cool. So the income, they do make quite a bit. That's nice. Okay, let's have another look at a tourism ad campaign. doesn't get me money. Don't want to give tax breaks. Right, these decrease meat production but increase consumer safety. That doesn't help me. Home fabrication grants. Support the acquisition of 3D printers by households to lower dependency on imports. It's interesting. Tax. Public services. University grants. It's quite good. Nuclear waste disposal. No one likes that. Perfect. From language classes. No. What's that? Widespread diseases among humans. Oh, because it's an expansion. Technology colleges. Why does no one like technology colleges? I think I'm going to implement that. Education, technology, sure, it's a no-brainer. There we go. Moving on. Another capitalist plot. Corporate manslaughter bill. I can either pass. A new bill is proposed that will allow a corporate entity to be prosecuted for manslaughter when they've been found guilty of negligence resulting in loss of life. I can either pass the law, which is necessary to deter companies from cutting corners when it comes to the safety of their employees and members of the public. Too many people die every year in industrial accidents, and often there are no lessons learned and no blame apportioned. It'll be a step forward for corporate responsibility. Hi Dado, how are you doing? You alright? What a fool. I like flying in planes, and normally bad weather doesn't affect me, but if you're setting off in shit like this, I'd be scared. Yes, yeah, good. We're currently failing at economy, but we're doing well with other things. Block this law. The law is unenforceable, with large companies employing many subcontractors. The legal complexities involved in applying blame for accidents are considerable. This law may be well-intentioned, but in practice it will be an expensive waste of time that serves to line the pockets of lawyers while failing to achieve any real change in corporate behaviour. We're certainly going to have a corporate manslaughter bill. We're rated C, credit rating. There's a serious terror threat from the Battenberg Group. We've got a fair, effective government. We've got nearly 8.5 million members in the Idiot Party, which is quite good. Okay then. I need to get my GDP up, which means I probably need to get the capitalists to like me more. So they like business grants, don't they? Let's go. I don't want to be a tax shelter. I don't want to give tax breaks. Did I like... Oh, I don't know. I can't decide. I am bad at this. So much dithering. Let's do... Let's do an electric cars initiative. Ooh, that's expensive. A national monorail system. Monorails are often seen as being the transport system of the future. They are promoted as being fast, reliable, and environmentally beneficial. The main problem is the high cost. The construction time is also a major consideration, so investment in a national network will take a long time to give an eventually good payoff. Oh, takes a long time. Oh, working from home. Let's definitely do working from home. Everyone should work from home. I'm going to do the International Refugee Aid Camp as well, because it'll reduce racial tension, which is always a good thing. There we go. I'm just going to end there, see what happens. Hey! Kyoto Award. We may be members of a small club, but it's an important one. We are proudly one of the few nations who are taking our climate change obligations seriously. Nice. Oh no, an oil pipeline has been attacked. That's not good. Another failed assassination attempt. Becca, you're shit. We are now heavily in debt, which isn't good. I am now down to 56% of the vote. That is shit. How did that happen? Thanks. I've got plenty of other stuff going on. Right. 101 in debt. Oh, bloody hell, Mike. Why don't you all club together and try and buy a decent one? I'm going to have to put a shitload more taxes in. An airline tax. No. Oh, what? It seems like... Oh, fuck. I don't like that aspect. Because I wanted to kind of see how it works, but you can't. You can only implement it and then it's done. Which means I've just lost a load of support. Yes. Nuclear test ban treaty. I've no need to carry out further tests. Yeah, we don't need nuclear weapons. 57%, 11 million. Good. So our party at 11 million is now the largest, which is good. Conservatives are down to 10 million, so that's fine. Yeah, sure. Okay. Let me put another tax in. Let's get 25 billion a quarter from this. I'll do, and another tax. I don't care, we're doing junk food tax. Oh, it doesn't get me that much money. Fine, you can have free parenting classes. Because Becca needs all the help she can get. Let's have a cycling campaign as well. Which increases health, which is fine. Another plot. Oh, that's fair enough. So GM food. Allow GM crops. GM crops have huge potential benefits. Not only do they increase shelf life and thus reduce cost to the sellers, but they can also reduce the need for pesticides. It's also possible for foods to be created with other benefits such as improved vitamin content. Or I can ban the sale for GM food. The benefits are great for the producers, but not for the consumers. You don't know enough about the long-term effects of GM in the food chain. Scientific research is all well and good, but once released into the environment, these organisms cannot be recalled. What are people's opinion on GM crops? Are you for or against? What should I do? Yeah, I have no problems with it, really. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it's not really. Right, fair enough. So that's one either way. Because I suppose it does depend on what the modification does. So obviously some of it could be to make crops grow in particular environments that it's not suited for, but will work. So it's like all the sorghum. So India would have completely starved if it wasn't for one guy doing something with a particular type of grain. And I can't remember what he was called, and it's annoying. Yeah, pest resistance, things like that. I think I'm gonna go for it. Right. Now then, I'm at 80 billion. Can I cut funding anywhere? Debt interest. That's annoying. That's where most of my money's going. I think I'm going to have to I can't lower anything. I can save a little bit of money there. There you go. And that would wasted all of my capital to cut down on military spending. Economic stability. Sometimes it's not how much the economy is growing, but how steadily it ticks along that makes all the difference. Okay, we've been stable. Each backlash. We now don't have pollution. I don't have 49% of the election. Shit. That's not good. Okay. Let's get. How do I get the? Go on. Let's have a think. Public services. University grant. Expensive. School vouchers. Let's do some art subsidies. For theatres. Ooh, wrong spot on the theatres. Sure, let's get everyone to go and visit the Opera House. Ministry for Industry resigns. Perfect. Failed assassination attempt. I'm down to 38% in the polls. Pace. The election is getting closer. Okay, where is my... There we go. Let's get an economic minister. Some good economy. You be good. Okay. Right. Parents. Ooh, apparently I've got an asthma epidemic. But that should be getting better because I'm reducing car usage and having healthier things. Farmers, they seem to like me. The retireds, they don't like street gangs. That's fair enough. I can make a shit ton of money if I do punitive tax, but that will be terrible for my GDP. Carbon tax. Carbon tax is really good. Car tax. Not already have car tax. Well, clearly not. How much does that cost? 38. I can't afford that kind of crap. I'm going to roll over this term. See what happens. Shit, it's an election. I didn't realise it was an election now. Okay, this isn't good. So, let's start the vote. Oh. Come on, no way. I lost. I got 31% of the vote. That is bullshit. It's because I cut military spending and everyone hated me after that. That is shit. Non-voters, a bunch of dicks. That 30% of the population didn't vote. So I got 69% of the socialist vote, 7% of the capitalists. Yeah, it's just not enough. Changes. I improved people's health by 26%. I improved their education by 12%. I reduced crime by 37%. Increased equality by 42%. Reduced poverty, reduced violent crime, improved the environment, technology, reduced car usage, increased productivity. Unemployment went up a little. Reduced CO2 emissions by 32%. That's amazing. Energy efficiency, international trade, foreign relations. I was amazing. The people are fucking idiots. Reduced oil demand. Reduced the oil price. Increased the poor earnings. Oh, okay then. The middle earnings, they lost 62% of their wealth. That's bad. I need to do more against the high earnings. GDP went down 13%. That's bad. Tobacco usage went down. Alcohol consumption was down. Traffic congestion was down. Tourism was up. Wages were down a little. Food price went up a bit. Average temperature rose, though I'm not quite sure how that's my fault. Automation went down. Non-terrorist activity went up. Bicycle usage went up. It's good. Subway usage went down. Solar power, massively up. Tram usage down. Waste down. Water supply up. And wind energy up. I was bloody good. The country is in a much better position than it was before. Just the people are morons. That's annoying. Oh well, let's retire to obscurity. And that's it. That was Democracy 3. To be fair, it is almost the perfect time for me to finish because I've got some stuff to do. But yeah, that was slightly frustrating. That I managed one term in office and then I got voted out. I hoped I was going to be in there for the long run. Yeah, people are just stupid. But yeah, it was quite fun playing. I think if Democracy 4 ever comes on cheap, then I might pick that up and we'll have a go at that. Because that was good fun. But that's it for today. Be back. Well, we'll be back in Nikki's stream tonight, which will be fun. Possibly killing dragons or something like that. Then I think Monday night I'll be playing a bit of Minecraft because I'm busy during the day. But let's head to the end screen now, and then let's see if there's anyone on to raid, shall we? Let's have a look. Is Lard maybe on? No, he's not on. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just end it there. Thank you very much for the resub, Towerglass. Much appreciated. Have a good day, everyone. And I will see you all around and about later on. Thank you. Bye-bye.